When I first started streaming on Twitch, I thought I was just going to be able to do my normal, average, everyday thing that I already did and then just make it public for everyone to see. And it worked out for me for the most part, but I've changed a lot of stuff. These people, though, they're different. This is actually what they normally do every single day, and they're just going to broadcast it to Twitch. So, let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what normal is. Everyday life. Let's go. Bagger Alex is the first guy that I want to talk about right now, and he's just operating his own little excavator. Now, this would be boring, however, I think most of us that would be interested in this stream have never actually been inside of an excavator before, or any type of large machinery. So it's kind of interesting from that aspect. And then also, you get his point of view on how things are being done. Appears to be him just filling up a sort of trench. He's got a lot of other workers around, and it seems mildly intriguing to someone like me. If it's not your cup of tea, then maybe some of these newer ones are. The next ones up are a little bit different, but mostly just people living their normal lives. This guy, I give him a solid 8 out of 10. Pretty good stuff. He seems to be engaging chat very well, and yeah, just kind of a cool little stream. Interesting. For someone like me, I've watched a lot of dashcam videos online, mostly just compilations of wrecks and stuff, a lot of them coming out of Russia. This one seems to be in a foreign country to me. I'm not going to pretend like I know what his name is. You guys can read it for yourselves, but he seems to be in sort of like a trade van or something. In fact, the internet is so dense with people that know so many things. I'm sure that somebody somewhere can tell me the exact model, make, and type of van that this is. Probably exactly down to like what type of fuel it runs, whether it's diesel or gasoline. And even then E85. Yeah, so he just seems to be on his regular, average, everyday commute through a city that he probably lives in or near. Just a normal, average, everyday human doing normal, average, everyday human things. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Totally riveting. And I'm being sarcastic, of course. But hey, if this is what you want, or maybe you know this guy from somewhere else, then yeah, there you go. Boom. Another driving stream, but this one's a little bit different. The only way I was able to capture him for the time being and make it actually into this video was to just get this quick little clip of him being sat still, or this person, I should say, sat still. They don't appear to be in the truck. They're probably inside crafting paperwork or something like that, just getting everything done. But as somebody who actually has their Class A license, I can definitely understand the life of a trucker. I spent quite a while actually driving trucks. I drove for Coca-Cola in North Carolina for a minute, which is not the over-the-road route, and our trucks definitely weren't this fancy. But being the son of a truck driver as well, I can understand that, yes, this is a trade that is definitely a necessity for at least the Americans out there. Across the board for other countries as well, we depend a lot on truckers. So kind of a cool little thing. And if you don't know anything about it, I'm sure this guy can offer some great insight whenever he is inside the cab of the truck. So there you go. Guy doing normal stuff. Just his job. I tried to make sure and find a bunch of different type of streams that were going on. They tend to be a little bit more similar when you're talking about people doing their average everyday thing. This appears to be somebody sort of in a tourist type atmosphere, I guess. They are bicycling through Hokkaido. Who knows what city that they're in or near, but Hokkaido is the northernmost island of the Japanese collection of islands over there, and actually a pretty cool place. I've seen quite a bit of different things from Hokkaido in the past years, and definitely a place that I would like to go visit sometime in my life. But yeah, just riding a bike down the road. And like I said, not the most riveting content, just like everything else. And yet they're pulling in some decent viewership. So who knows if this person does other things and this is just an anomaly on their channel. And yet it is kind of cool for somebody that doesn't live in Japan to see how Japan looks through the eyes of just somebody riding a bicycle. So I like it. Hopefully you do too. Speaking of tourists, this guy's actually walking through a location elsewhere in Japan where he is a definitive tourist. He seems to be having a decent jaunt through this, I'm guessing what would be a temple location. At least that's what it appears to be. I can't translate what's going on in the chat or down below because I don't speak the language, and yet it seems to be awesome. A foreigner going into a different country to experience what that country's all about. And knowing Japan, they have tons of temples and very rich and vibrant culture that's been there for thousands of years. So there's a lot to experience, and seems pretty good. The camera work is amazing too. He seems to have a really good gimbal or stabilizer on this camera, so seems to be of a higher quality than what I could do. But yeah, very interesting. Like it. And check that out. Just living his normal everyday life, and this time being a tourist. A while ago I made an actual video, whole thing about Amaranth doing just sleeping, and I thought that it was really odd at the time But for someone like her, she gains a massive viewership no matter what she seems to do or what she seems to be a part of. So, yeah, she can pull in the views. However, this guy, no idea who he is. First time I've ever seen him, he's just sleeping and he pulls in more viewers than I've ever got on Twitch at one time, even while being rated by big channels. So he must be doing something right. I mean, he twitches a bit, he's just laying there, and this is just normal human stuff. I mean, we all have to sleep, otherwise we're going to die, right? And if you don't, then, wow, you need to be researched. Anyways, he's sleeping, pulling in views, probably making a decent amount of money. I'm a little jealous of it, but you know what? Normal human stuff fits the motive of the video just fine. Now, this one was a little bit different. This guy is actually captaining a sort of medium river vessel here. You can see someone down to the left who seems to be watching out for him for clearances or something like that on the same vessel, and then a car down in the middle. And you can see to the right he has another camera set to him on the bridge. He seems to be doing a couple things, maybe charting a course or conversing with somebody over a radio or something like that. But I mean, it's not the most riveting content, but this guy's just doing his job, and a job that is probably very necessitated because he is transporting lumber. Lumber is something that we use quite a bit of in the world, and yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Who knows where he is? I thought maybe Germany, but I'm not entirely sure. Someone could probably tell me in the comments. By the way, if you guys like what you're seeing, the last video seemed to do very well about my heartening people that I found on Twitch, and this one, if it does just as well or better, I'll be exactly happy. So, leave a comment, subscribe, like, everything. Let me know. Thank you. I know a little bit more about this one than the rest of them. Bakersfield, California is a large city situated at the on the north side of what we call the Grapevine in California. It separates the Central Valley from the Lower Valley, where Los Angeles and San Diego are situated. Bakersfield is notorious for a lot of drug running and gang activity, so I can only assume that these guys make a decent amount of content out of just following around the cops. It says plainly that they're not cops, so this is probably some sort of accident or something. It seems to be at a level crossing for trains, so who knows what could have happened here, but they're basically just doing what any news agency would do, I'm guessing, only they don't seem to be broadcasting anything with a person on screen right now. But this would be worth a watch. It seems like they're encompassing Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, and have a decent viewership on all three. Well, Twitch not so much, but one to definitely keep an eye out. But yeah, normal people doing normal things. If you come across an accident, you're going to want to look at least once, maybe rubberneck a little bit. And with that, that's the end of the video. So I hope you guys liked, and if you did, please like and subscribe. If you don't feel like doing that, the like is free, the subscribe is also free, but it helps me out a lot. Also, drop a comment down below and let me know what you guys want to see. More of this, something different, please let me know. It's the only way that I'll be able to grow as a creator, and I really appreciate every person that comes in here and watches my videos. I hope you guys all have a great day. I've been Bogart, and I am out.